Turns out the second lap is quicker. Was not aware.
You have
we still got
4
third.
additional sets of tyres for this race. Be smooth and have a good run.
Four tires
All right,
over the
man,
wall.
we're going green next time.
North, I'm going to take
All right,
the
man,
top.
line up on the inside row. Pit road is closed. Catch the 26 car.
That kind of hurts me. He's taking the top.
And it all depends on
I'll try to
how
let you know about 7 laps.
how Christopher Norris gets off the line. It could.
High side is dominant here, right?
He might be thinking long run. Not 100% sure there. That second groove or that second lane off of the bottom in the corners
I appreciate
was
that.
really where it's mostly at.
I can't get the stream started.
For asking this.
Get ready.
Probably already mentioned.
All right, get ready.
Once the stage break.
Pace car's off.
The pace car is in. Green flag, green
Go,
flag.
go, go. Good timing.
Outside.
He did not get the jump he wanted.
Stay low.
Car on the inside is right at his door.
Still there. Next
Watch for
car
a little
is
bit of
leader.
looseness first lap.
Stay low. Stay low, there's a car on the high side. You're clear high, clear high.
Yep, clear high.
You're in second. Next car is the leader. Outside. Stay low.
Door to door.
Still there.
Right rear.
All clear,
Clear
all
up.
clear.
Clean air and race management is what it's all about now.
I don't feel like I'm overdriving, but
You just hit the fastest lap. Good job, man. You're in first.
Well, that kind of answers that. Fastest lap so far.
I mean, I'm got a gap on him. I feel like I'm just looking in my mirror. I'm overdriving, but I don't feel like I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna back off a little bit just in case.
Yeah, might as well save it. Yeah, race management's all about trying to keep the lead and save what you got.
Man, they are really backing off. Look at that.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna get slingshot in about 10 laps, ain't I?
I'm trying to get some info for you right now, but waiting for this other tool to load up for me right quick.
Car feels fine. I'm just gonna run it like it is, see what happens.
Okay. Come on, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, just stay consistent. I don't see you doing anything different than what they're doing. Let's see. That last lap, you were only 100 faster than Norris, and the same the lap before that. So you're just being consistent. So is he. Let me go back to Cameron just passed Sarton. The 38's getting all the way down on the yellow line. That just means he's putting more into it. He's going to burn this stuff up a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm not a believer of that.
Yeah, I'm not either. Second, third, and fourth are all nose to tail. It's going to be Norris, Sarton, and Dart. They're trying a little bit of pushing and shoving down the backstretch. Now they're side by side across the line. That's going to help you out. The corner, you gave a little bit of help to the 38. It went down to the 24. They are still side by side behind you. You got 6/10 back to P2. You're faster than second, third, and fourth right now.
I think I heard Doug like the stream. Thanks for the like,
Nice
Doug.
slap. maintaining that 6/10. Back to second and third. They kind of got nose to tail. 38's got nothing for Cameron Sarton, and you're staying right around that 6/10 mark. Is one group up in the center and down to your line, coming off the corner. He's modeling your third and fourth.
You saying he's higher on entry on one?
Yeah, he's higher entry in 1 and 2. And then he's cutting it down to the bottom off of 2. In 3 and 4, he's modeling your line. That time he went a little bit lower than you. So he's pretty much trying to go where you're not, which kind of tells me he's struggling with the dirty air.
I kind of like that higher entry.
Okay. Yep, he was higher than you in 3 and 4 that time. Right in your tire tracks off. Staying in your draft down across the line. He took his line away that time. In your tire tracks to 3 and 4. Keeping it a half second.
Should I protect the low or high when he gets here, you think?
Well, I mean, you guys keep going back and forth on who was faster. Lap 14 and 15, you were 7/100ths faster than just a little under, or just about a full 100th. And then lap 16, he was a little bit faster than you. But you keep going back and forth. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get up to you. He's trying to copy your lines now in the corner, relying mostly on the draft on the straightaways. So I don't know if he's actually going to work his way up to you. He's still modeling your line. All the way through 1 and 2 right there, he was right in your tire tracks. I would run your line that's going to conserve the tires the best. Let him burn his stuff up trying to catch you. Because if he tries to go under, he's going to have to try to fight you that way. I don't see him getting around you on the outside. Tires are going to be too old by then. Hold on, where?
When he passed the car a few laps ago, where did he pass at, low or high?
He was low. Actually, no, I take that back. He was high. The other car tried to get him low, and then he just gave up the ghost.
Sorry, I was thinking that Cameron passed high.
He stayed high, yeah. The 38 tried to get underneath him. When he couldn't clear him, he just backed out. I'm guessing he went back to tire management. Because he's only a half second behind Chris, or behind Cameron. Coming to lap 21. He was faster than you the last 2 laps, but he's locked into your draft. I would say defend low. That second group, he's not. I don't think. I don't know him well enough. I don't think he can get it down to the yellow anymore. Yeah, I would say that line right there would probably be your best way to go. He's really trying to get back in the gas a whole lot sooner than you. He's going to try it. There you go.
Outside. Stay low. All clear, all clear.
Good job, sir.
Outside. Still there? Hold your line. All clear, all clear.
Yeah. He's got nothing for you on the straights. You're still clear. Be careful with your right front with the really low entries. Still clear. Good job.
Got one outside. Stay low. Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
Nice.
Clear high. Clear high.
Nice in and off.
Outside. All clear, all clear. Outside. Stay low, there's a car on the high side.
Right rear.
Still there? Hold your line.
Door. On you. He's moving up.
Still there.
Good job. Way to squeeze him up.
Stay low.
He's there. He's there. He's there. He's there. He's there. He's there.
You're clear high. Clear high.
He saved it. He saved it. Keep it going. Keep going. Good job. You're good. I'll take a look at your right side. I don't think you made too much contact. Well, take a look anyway.
I got net coated into him. It sucked me up in. I tried to pull it off.
Yeah.
He's going to be mad about that.
Matt, I don't think you actually ever really touched, but I'm going to look.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is
Caution's
out.
out.
Line up
There you go.
single
Stage
file.
break, right?
Road
Yeah, it's lap
closed.
25 you said.
Heads up.
So there you go, sir.
11
Stage points
car.
for you. Right front. Yeah, not a mark on your car. All net code. I mean, you were close. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, there's not a mark on your car.
It's the Hey car.
No issue with the hood. No. As Denny Hamlin said after putting Kyle Larson in the wall at Pocono, might have rubbed the sticker a little bit. Yeah, nothing like that even.
Made a little adjustment because we used the tire up a little there. We're going to have to conserve a little bit more to go 40 laps here.
Yeah.
He didn't get damaged, did he?
I'm taking a look right now since he's here. Left side. Left front. Left rear. Right front. Right rear. Rear. Nah, he's all good too. No mark at all.
Pit road is now open.
All right, pit road speed. Nah, he's all good too. 55.
Pit road is now open.
Hey, Stips, I'm pitting, buddy. Fast Broadcasting. That's just the
lovely
first
right there.
25 laps of that of the Excessive Speed Sim Racing 200 at Michigan. We got plenty of more action to give you. When we come back, we'll tell you where the drivers came out of pit road and get ready for the rest of the race here tonight.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Good entry.
Oh, we were killing it. 65-73.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Go.
Clear exit. Come. 55.
Line up single file.
My clutch wasn't the
Oh,
auto
that-
clutch.
Oh, man.
It like stalled. He got a much better jump.
Yeah. That's all right. Switch this back.
Now I just follow him, follow his pace.
Yeah, might as well.
He
You got the
was
stage plug ready.
out of the pack that we were in. He was the quickest out of everybody because behind him it was a big gap.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just mirror what he does here.
Okay. Let's see. Clear that. Clear that. Did he say anything to you over the radio?
I may have had it muted. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Got you.
All right, man, we're going green next time by. All right, man, line up on the outside row now.
Why?
A lot of marbles down low.
Oh my! Here, this ain't gonna work. They make it last. Bumping and banging to the end. They're beating banging for the lead. Sora's still with the shot here, coming off a four.
I believe that was for playoff points, so that was good.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what you told me last week at Dover.
The 74 gets through.
Yeah, because I'm locked in, so my focus should be on the stage wins.
Finish diving down low, drifting up, trying to be the stealer. Here he comes, Cedric Hunter. He does it. He steals it. But he somehow drove it in the corner. They wrecked each other. The top two bounced into one another. Just too much of side drifting off of, and they got to be careful. Oh no!
Got a little wheel adjustment, so maybe we can last a little bit longer on the tire.
Okay.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to give you full coverage.
All right, he's in second gear.
Series as the Xfinity
I'll try to time this for you.
are prepared and ready to take off for the Excessive
Get ready.
Speed Sim Racing 200 at Michigan. Right now, up front, going to be Cameron Sarton, Brian McCann, Christopher Norris, Brandon Pierce, Will Hustler, and Ken Campbell, your top six. Rest of the
Ready?
team prepared and ready to go. Currently in the middle of the field,
Go, go, go.
First,
Good job.
Andrew
The next
Medlin
car is the leader.
and
The
Jacob
leader just
Grant.
did a
But up
1
front
minute
and in the restart zone, let's get back to green
40.849.
flag action.
Caught me sleeping.
Cameron Sarton gets the launch that he
Yeah,
needs
one
to keep the
inside.
lead.
Yeah, really good launch for himself
Say
and
hi.
a clear. To me, Christopher Norris will be interested to see here if he can get a route
Back
Say
out.
hi.
through 1 and 2, like we saw McCann do
All
on the
clear,
initial
all
start of the
clear.
race that allowed him to get to the lead.
Outside.
Norris knows to be inside here. Not quite
Stay low.
clear the 8, but a little bit of a wiggle for the 8. Norris is going to take advantage of that.
All right, 38 is who Sarton was fighting with before. He's not very good down low. Clear high. Good job. P2, all you.
Already made the same move on
Gonna
Chris
try to fight back down low.
Race, and he'll settle in.
He got a little squirrely.
Yeah.
To make
All
the
clear,
pass
all
for
clear.
second here, Christopher Norris, but now going to see the drivers all settle in line. Could be in line for most likely 2 to 3 laps, and then we'll get back to racing. A lot more pack racing, big moves. Right now, everyone could be using up these tires for at least a lap or 2.
Whole line of work.
We can single file that.
Yeah, trying to see how many positions
Yeah, I want to go slower, but he's like right there.
down the front.
Yeah,
Trying,
yeah.
trying to get some positions. He's back there battling with Chris Stevens, Zach Hall, and them almost a little bit of contact. Will Bus.
Well, the reason that you and the 24 had that gap is because the 38 was really fighting with him to get past him. If he does the same thing to you, you and Cameron are going to pull away just like before.
And the 14 of Chris Stevens as they come out of turn number 4.
Same driver smoking in front of him, getting into the wall. That's going to be Chris Stinson, the 17. Very slow on the outside. All that momentum just showing one race. Really throw your race.
Caution's out.
Up into one of
Looks like John Dart, Jacob Grant, Noah Carter, and a couple others had, and William Duff, as well as Chris Stevens had a little bit of an issue in the back.
Give an eye, it all goes wrong, Trevor.
Just like that. I mean, it's like the big one you'd see at Talladega or Daytona. Everybody packed on top.
Big wreck going into turn 1. Ooh, huge wreck going into 1. I mean, this is like a Daytona wreck.
Already,
Oh boy.
Damage. Zach Hall, Sam Siegel,
How did this start?
and Cedric Hunter all gonna have to head to pit road, and I think I saw about maybe
14 and 42 got together,
6 without a
and there was just no turning back from there.
others.
I mean, it shut down. It blocked the track.
Others we
If,
can
for,
24
here
car.
shortly.
I don't know if you're going to have any competition left.
Was it that
Wow.
bad?
That bad, dude. Yes. A Daytona-sized wreck. The big one at Michigan.
Entry of turn 1, and before they
Yeah, I see the broadcast trying to replay it here.
quickly, and with some drivers not able to hold the brake, others sliding into one another.
Oh yeah, 3 wide.
Here you're going to see drivers getting by the 17, 3 wide, and I mean, it just looks like
Wow, that middle car hooked him.
Now open.
making
Yep.
contact, and when they come back up, that's what collects the rest of the field.
Yeah, I think Cole maybe just thought he was clear of the 14 of Stevens there and wasn't. Gets clipped, collects Travis Dart.
That
and
track was
there's
blocked.
Nowhere for Zach Hall to go as he gets picked, collected in that. John Dart gets into the back of Brandon Cawley in the 99. See the 7 of Cedric Hunter, hard contact after I think he got hit by Chris Stitz. And I mean, at that point, I mean, you're still going 180 miles an hour.
Travis Dart, Andrew Medlin, Chris,
Off the banking, cars are sliding everywhere.
what is this? Chris Wade,
Sam Siegel.
and quite a few others.
Absolutely nowhere. I mean,
Alex Jones, Jay Becker, Jonathan Wood,
for some, you're seeing the 7. I mean, he's doing a wheelie there after being caught.
William Duff,
45,
Jacob Grant,
march his way through.
Rob Sherwood, Cole Cichette,
from
Chris Stevens,
doesn't help.
Sam Siegel, Zach Hall. Man,
Battling around that 10th place position that all get scattered into this wreck, and you're seeing some drivers
just the top 18.
hoping that the
Wow.
outside lane is just going to motor through on board with Ryan Lynch, who is trying to come to a complete halt because he's seeing drivers in front of him all having to just stop because they don't know what's going to be clear and what's going to be clear or not clear at the moment.
Yeah, and did a good job there getting stopped. The 91 there in front of him. All those guys getting stopped trying to get through this wreck. I mean, you just see all the carnage on the inside of the racetrack. The 93 also there as they all get through that. But I mean, look at all the cars on the road right there, Sam, in that little shot of everybody on there.
I don't even know what Christopher is talking about, but he said, sorry for the slider, tires were colder than expected. I don't think I was in any danger anywhere.
Has all had to
No.
go to pit road, get damaged, repair, and there's even others that have gotten repairs for other incidences. But I mean, that is just a mammoth-sized incident.
I sent him no problem.
Expect to see happening at Michigan. It doesn't happen very regularly. Like you see.
Yeah, I didn't see any issues.
But it's always a potential to happen, and you just see this is about to turn into multi-class race.
As far as pitting goes, around lap 20 is when the big drop-off happens on the set of
All right, man,
tires.
we're
This could
going
make
green
things
next
interesting.
time.
So-
All right,
I mean,
man.
if
Line
these
up
guys
on
get
the
back out
outside
I'd
road.
like to run
Race.
at minimum the last 20 laps on a fresh set.
Some of the
So
racing up front.
no,
make
that don't
sense.
make no. Well,
Traffic system that we'll have to keep an eye
or
on.
would you want to short pit a little
With how many drivers
to get out
here tonight
and make a lead and make them catch me?
We're gonna try to
Short pit might be better actually.
get back out there and try to get the best finish that they
But there is a lot of cars that come through if you come out in traffic though. So
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
gamble.
Commercial break.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
and with that many damaged cars and no fast repairs, you're also talking about a lot of cars that won't be able to pull you along because they may not be up to speed.
If you were part of that wreck or you're listening in, you would have been feeling that chaos with your Gamer 2 that you attached to your racing rig or just to your chair. It allows you to feel the sounds instead of just.
I do like short pitting though.
And you might be wondering
Okay.
where do you get your racing rig? Well, that's
Big fan, huh?
over to Next Level Racing. Next Level Racing.
Yeah, because you can just, if the opportunity's right, you can just make a gap. And then they're having to run you down.
For the high-end expensive side, they've got you ready to level up your racing today with Next Level Racing. And we'll talk about the other sponsors after we come back.
All right, let's see.
Action, because we are getting ourselves prepared. Cameron Sark, Brian Can, and as well our other top 5 got to see all the chaos reign behind them in their mirror. Let's see if we can survive this restart, shall we? As we still
All right.
we're not even at halfway point. We've got almost half the field.
Go.
The drivers up front are ready for the green.
A little bit better.
Restarting.
Yep, a little bit.
The excessive speed sim racing 200 is back underway.
And Cameron Sark again with a great launch for himself. Clear.
Side by side, inside.
No worries about it. He's going to get to take his line. It's going to be that battle for second. It's
You're going to have the runoff as well as the draft help.
Again, trying to do battle through 1 and 2.
Oh, I know what he's
There you
talking
go.
about now. Off of 2, he slid up in front of me. That's what it was.
Oh, gotcha.
Norris going to try to slide up in front.
Left rear,
Still there?
not clear.
Side by side for second down the straightaway, and side by side behind them
All clear,
for
all
third
clear.
or for fourth and fifth between Brandon Pierce and Ken Campbell.
Well, I had to use tire to do that, but I wanted second.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Still in drive.
I don't blame you at all.
Back in on track. Last time that we saw Brandon Pierce on track was back in season 3, October 18th.
And now you got his back bumper.
It's good to see 38 of Pierce out back and on track, even though he's just running for part-time fill-in. Most good to see some Charlie back out the racetrack, and
I think earlier you said it was 26 laps per tank.
led the most laps.
46.
Now, that was
46, excuse me. Okay.
Michigan, but Ken Campbell's on the charge, up 2 spots from where he qualified. The patience game could be working out for the 15.
It could be working out for him. Moves up, had a really aggressive drive there. Through 1 and 2, gets by Doug Pierce, Brandon Pierce. And here comes the one over with Bustler trying to do the same thing.
I'm showing 35 right now.
And Brandon
Okay.
Pierce is going to have the draft help of Ken.
Yeah, so you wouldn't even get to 80.
Maybe help the 1, but made up and covered the 39, and that's just a little bit of blocking that you've got to do to keep these positions and keep that momentum behind you. Ken Campbell is showing perfectly how to control both lanes there down the front.
You'd be short by a few.
For himself, as some drivers like to have a live person being their spotter, and when you don't, that's on you as the driver to see in your mirror where is the momentum going. Is it to the inside or outside, and how you want to block. And Campbell showing out how he can do that. The former winner of this race, though, back in season 3 when last time they were in the Xfinity car, Ross State in the 21 was just in the middle of that chaos that ran out in yellow. The 21 and survived up in 7.
Yeah, he got out of that wreck better than he did last week at Dover, and don't count him out. Just quietly working his way up through the field for himself. I mean, he only gained 1 spot from the start of this race, but trying to do what he can. Here's the 91 of Harris Gerwitz, up 16 spots from where he started. Sam, great run, got through that wreck, was one of the few cars that was able to get stopped on the outside as he got through that. The same there with the 93 Chris Melton.
I mean, when you've got 15 drivers wiped out in an instant, it
I
helps.
think 3 and 4 is where you hurt your tire the most, so I'm taking it a little easier.
Yeah.
Place and other drivers that you saw that were trying to avoid or even
Looks like.
still running.
Where's he back in?
Travis Dart, the 99, Brandon Conley still in the fight. 26 are full sitter, up to 19th position and putting some moves. He's trying to go on the outside.
I'm watching his wheel.
One moment battling just to stay in the top 30. Now battling to get inside of the top 20.
Sherwood trying to get.
He's keeping an eye on you and really pushing off.
He was a little loose driving.
He's giving a whole lot of throttle, getting a little loose.
Still going to be side by side there with Sherwood, but Sherwood trying to march.
There you go, let it eat.
You know, Sherwood's got speed. We've seen him, especially in the Xfinity car in season 3, how much speed he had in that car from week to week. So it's good to see him start moving his way up through the field.
And also in front of them is the 44, Kurtz Walechka, who's up 20 spots for himself. And don't really get to talk about who's that much. He's in the back, just trying to.
Both of you had a good exit there.
But because of his survival,
Not even.
Ford's been able to have another great run here tonight with surviving all the chaos. As we move back up front, everyone's in line, trying to pick and choose.
Good job getting that left front just a little bit lower than him.
The Bustler.
Keep a little bit of clean air on it.
Third and fourth, I think right now for
I noticed in practice running up
matter of
in 3 and 4 like he's doing. I think that hurts.
save a little bit of tire and let the screen flag run play out, and try to place yourself in a good position for when we get to those pit stops to get through, maybe gain a little bit of track position or gain some time on the guys around you.
As Will Bustler dives it
I'm
down.
not sure if you've noticed his line coming across the seam off of 1 and 2. He's putting a lot of wheel into it.
Recognize, and we're not even halfway.
Have a slow car
Let's
on
not
the
get
bottom.
too far
Go
ahead of
high.
ourselves. Do want to get reports though. Again, with all the drivers that were caught up in that wreck, over 15 drivers caught up in our last incident. Some have already called it a night. Some heavily damaged, and they had to drive by because they're out of. They have to tow.
Will gets here. I'm going to have to pick my pace up a little.
19.
Gotcha.
Grant that we saw on the apron, his engine is blown. He is coasting to pit road. Other drivers have also called it a night. Noah Carter, 13, as well as Jonathan Woods has already called it a night. This 19 machine could be.
Well, if Cameron's watching his relative too, he may be thinking the same thing, but right now you guys are
The drivers are still running to get
just about even.
for Jacob Grant to just get to pit road as soon as possible. We'll see when that is again coasting.
I'm hoping that guy mixed up. He didn't make it to the pits.
Yeah, that's the one.
Do
Okay.
you know how many laps I have on, green laps I have on these tires?
Really easy
I check right now.
engine like that with all that front end damage, they overheat and just not able to get back to pit road for himself, and that's going to bring out the caution that is technically could be considered part of the racing line that he's currently on.
8.
Yeah, Michigan's one of the few tracks where actually the eighth.
It's
Oh
getting
no,
awfully
it was
close.
more. It was more. No, it was more than that because well, are you talking about since the caution on lap 29, or are you talking about since you went back green this time?
This set of tires.
Traffic, or
Okay, this set.
slow enough with oncoming traffic, a yellow will be thrown, and that's exactly why we were looking at the 19, because you knew at some point he was too far away from getting to pit entry. Yellow flag is thrown, and that's going to be our
road
third
is now
caution of the day. And if we're looking at the trends, this could be our last
17,
last two
including
races.
caution laps.
Only 3 yellows. Trevor, this could be one of your times coming to pit road and think about using another set, as they've got 4 in pit road to work with.
You're gonna play follow the leader.
4 sets. You took one at the stage break. Come down here, take your second set. Leaves you with 2
There you go.
sets to the end of the race. I think that's a good call. I think if you stay out here, you
55.
give yourself kind of
I was thinking about pitting anyway, regardless of what he did, but he went in, so looked like everybody else behind me is too,
stays out.
Yep.
I think everybody's going to come down here, Sam, take that opportunity.
Pit box
Get
in
4 first
10,
hours.
which is good. I didn't want to be in the back of the pack.
Maybe run this thing out to the.
I don't blame you.
Maybe run this thing out green to the end of the race.
3.
We can do
2,
that. It'd be great
1.
to see the trends continue
here.
forward as seeing Cameron Sarn and the rest of
Good stuff.
entering pit road. Still a large,
We were only 95 though, so
still trying to get repairs done, as there's over almost 10 drivers still trying to get their
You ready when it drops?
in some fashion to get
All
back
right,
out on
that's it.
track.
Go.
Go, go, go.
I've already called it a day. Jonathan Woods is the only official driver that is done.
Line
Notice
up
that
single
Noah Carter
file.
did step away. He's waiting on his repair. Some of these drivers could
Okay.
be waiting up to 30 minutes.
Holding serve.
Back out on track as Cameron Sarton and the rest of the field, 4 tires and fuel, they're back out on track.
Yeah, another good pit stop there from Cameron to get back out in front of the 8 machine from his crew there. But yeah, like you were saying, Sam. I mean, these repairs for these guys could be anywhere from 8 to 30 minutes, maybe even 45 minutes, depending on how severe it is for these guys before they can get back out on track.
And with some of these drivers, Jacob Grant, who brought out the most recent yellow, has officially called it a day for the 19. He has now left the server and is done. About to get back to green flag action, closing in on the halfway marker. And for these drivers that are up front, we've seen really our top, you could say, top 5 have been the top.
All
5
right,
drivers all night
so
long.
this one was
With the fact that we
Jacob
live
Grant and a couple others.
of our top 5, is there anyone that you're looking at that maybe could try to fight with our top 5 drivers?
I'm looking down there in 8th. You gotta look at Ross Tatum in 8th position is a good chance to get up there. And Brian Wilson,
All
I
right,
mean,
man, we're going
how
green
about him
next
down there in
time.
7th,
All right,
having a
man.
great run
Line
for
up on the
himself? He
outside
could
row now.
a couple of
Catch
good
the
runs, can find
8
himself up in the top 5, mixing it up with our leaders. And we'll have to wait and see. But I think those 2 drivers are going to be my 2 kind of outside our top 5 looking in that could get themselves up there with a chance to
I
win.
still remember where that Sunoco sign is
Off and
at the exit of pit road. It used to be the
wave
Union 76 ball.
Getting prepared to go back to green flag races.
Long time ago.
Gonna be Cole Sketti and Chris Stitz as another couple of drivers I want to throw out. Ryan Lynch, at one moment, the 3 machine was back in 36th position in those first 10 laps, and I was curious if he was going to be able to make his march his way forward. And now inside the top 10, currently is our biggest mover. with also that of Christopher Melton back in 11th position. So both of those drivers moving up 25 spots apiece. Not a bad day for those that survived the big one that brought out our cost of second caution.
No, not a bad day at all for those guys, and a chance to gain some more positions. I mean, right there with them, Philip Chavez, Harris Growitz up 16, 15 positions. Jonathan Bird up 17. I mean, all these guys down here around the top 15 spots.
With my mic a little bit, it's in the way.
Got a lot of track position when that wreck happened, and he sets them up for a good chance to go up here and get a good finish.
See if I can time this a little bit better.
So we're getting inching closer and closer to halfway. Cameron Sarr and Brian McCann.
All right, 38 is tight on a 2-4.
Campbell will bust
15's got about a half a car length between you and him.
the rest of our top 6. Pace cars making the indication. Come down.
Green
flag.
I did break.
It's time for us to green flag action as the excessive
I got my nose in front of him.
Racing 200. Green flag is out of the air. And here we go for the front runners. Getting ready to charge down into turn number 1.
Yeah, it was a much better start this time from the 38 of Norris. He's going to clear McCann before they even get into turn number 1. So Norris is going to move his way up into second. Hopefully, we'll see if he can hang on to it out of turn number 2. He got loose the last time. He tried to hold on to the second position, but looks good for himself. So move Norris up to second. McCann down to third, and it's going to be Campbell Bustler again battling it out there for fourth.
All right, 38 wants to get up there and try to battle. He's not going to have it.
A little bit of the range is ahead of him.
Not going to have the speed.
Down in turn number 3, exit 4, Christopher Norris.
15 and 1 are battling behind you.
See drivers get down there unless they're trying to make a pass. 38 losing some momentum, but at least has the draft of the leader to keep him in front of McCann, who might be setting up to make this pass as they snake down. And I trying to figure out how to break the draft as the 24. See the battling for that fourth place. Bustler and Campbell, they continue to fight back and forth.
Yeah, continue to fight back and forth, but right here, Bustler, no draft help for that one machine down the back straightaway. He's going to have to give it up to the 15.
Stay low.
McCann's going to go for a move on second for
At the wall.
Norris drives it in deep, almost got to the outside of the 24 of Cameron Sarton, and this could be a little bit of draft help down the front straightaway for the one of Will.
At your door.
That could give him a little bit of an edge over the 15 of King Campbell. It seems to fall in line behind the 8 as the now second and third, fourth and fifth, all side by side for position.
Side by side, fighting one for every spot. And Christopher Norris really
Ooh, boy.
march on the outside lane. If we can keep the
Yeah, I backed out of that one.
take first.
I don't blame you.
The exit turn 2, still side by
15 right behind you, watching all this go on.
Sorry, not enough draft help. We're side by side for the lead now.
I think a 38 just wants to lead a lap.
Almost 3 wide. I thought McCann was going to run to the inside of the 20.
He's using his tires to do it too.
yeah, he is.
On the outside, we'll see where McCann goes here out of turn number 4. He's going to drift up, see if he follows down here behind the 24. Cameron Sarton, a late fade down. So a little bit of draft help for the 24, but Norris holding strong on the outside, and there goes McCann to the outside.
one inside.
15 looking one to your inside.
Away,
Still there.
qualified second.
Still there.
Gets to lead another lap for himself. Top 5 drivers all on top of one another. You give a blanket over these
Stay
5
high.
with how
Turn
close
on the
they
low side.
are.
Inside.
It's the 38 of Christopher Norris.
One inside.
Blocking
Left rear.
Trying to hold off Cameron Sarton, Brian McCann.
Still there.
Bustler and Ken Campbell. But this 38
Next car
known
is the
for
lead.
having some very late blocks.
Stay
Curious
high.
on how aggressive he wants to be.
One still there.
That of
Clear
Cameron
low, clear
Sarton
low.
fighting
3
on the
wide,
inside.
you're in the middle.
Boy.
Side,
Throw it in there.
you're
I thought
wide
about
there.
it.
It's down to the bottom line here.
That would have
Still
been tight.
Where he wants to go, thought about
Side by side, too deep.
He's going to have to go back to
15 watching from P5.
Norris. Sarton tries the slide job to get
Good
clear
job, the next car
of
is
Norris
clear.
through the center of 1 and 2. Not going to be able to get it done, and it's going to be a drag race down the straightaway with help from the one of Will Bustler, but he's not close enough.
One on the left rear door.
Norris is ahead in the turn number 3.
Yeah, and it's looking like
Still there.
Still left rear.
How it's so critical on the back driver
All right,
who's
man.
behind you, how
Halfway
close they
to
are,
the
is how much more speed you can grab them straight away. And currently, Christopher
Stay
Norris
high.
getting the better help from Brian McCann, who's just able to keep the momentum. Will Bustler not there, but side drafting aggressive. And now McCann sees an opening, and now he'll drop
Stay
down
high.
below.
Good
Wasn't
on the
able to
low
get
side.
clear, and he'll settle there.
Inside tight.
2 by 2 for our front 4.
Have a slight flashback there for a second from what the big wreck that we just saw. I thought McCann might come down a little bit too far and clip Cameron Sarton, but thankfully no contact made as they try to sort this battle out again. Just in top 4, all side by side with one another, fighting their way. And I think if you're Cameron Sarton, Will Bustler, I think you might be in a little bit better position tire-wise running that inside line.
One still on you.
Running from the outside line, putting a lot of heat in those right side tires.
You're pinching him down.
Quicker, but this battle up front's going to
He's coming up with you.
side by side coming across the line.
Still fun, still flying. Every position, every second matters for these front four. They
I
want
think 38's used up.
like, but for Ken Campbell, Brandon Pierce, Ross Tatum, those three drivers.
Yeah, that's why I want on that bottom side.
Today,
Yeah.
watching this battling for the lead as Cameron Sark finally grabs the lead position.
Finally gets that lead spot back to Buster.
There you go. There's your chance.
Not able to do so. He's got no drafting help and still trying to get fight. He's going to dive in here into 3 and 4. Get side by side with Christopher Norris, drift up just a little bit, see if we can get a good run here out of turn number 4. And where will the 8 of McCann go? Is he going to help the 38? He's been kind of boxed in up there. He's going to dive it low and help the 1 of Will Buster. So now Christopher Norris kind of in no man's land here.
Almost rubbing against one another on the straightaway. The side grabbing the trusty
38 right rear.
racing with respect, but at the same time trying to
Door.
every little obstacle before
He's got the draft. You have no help right now.
for Norris. So watch Will Bustler move up to second. Now side by side with Brian McCann, who's looking for some type of help. But
One outside tight.
with the side grab
Clear high.
from the 8 is able to still stay side by side with Norris, with McCann almost going for a 2-for-1 meal.
Almost goes 2 for 1. Had to check up a lot, though, to stay out of the side of the 1 of Will Bustler.
All right, you're
So
back
now
in
he's going to
third.
fall back in line behind the 1, and I think now for our top 4, they can all kind of collectively catch their breaths now as they're not side by side with one another for the first time in about 6 laps or so.
Pull in, take a breather. That of Ken Campbell, Brendan Pierce, how do you want to attack? Moving forward is going to be a true question, but it's been incredible to watch our top 7. Drivers that we know, any one of our top 7 could win this race. It's 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's been a how are you still here type of a race. Ryan Lynch, Brian Wilson, they survived the chaos. That of we saw Brandon Colley caught up in the mess for our big one that we had on our second caution in the 99. Still had decent power to fight up front in our top 10.
Yeah, you look at this car, it looks pretty good. There's a little bit of a wrinkle in the left rear there, but Ollie, I think engine looks good in that machine. He's moving his way up through the field here, Sam, up to 9th. Trying to work on here, Ryan Lynch is for 8th position, Brian Wilson here in 10th, and Ollie continues to march forward, even with a damaged race car.
Might be damaged, might be wounded, but at least it's still at full power, and that's allowing him to stay in the fight as our groups are starting to show little pockets now. Our top 7 really are starting to pull away. Then we've got this little group of drivers in the middle, but everyone's searching for where that speed is as you see Jonathan Burt back in 13th, kind of alone. Jay Becker behind him, but it's the pack behind Burt that's starting to get clustered up with Travis Dart, our pole sitter, mixed and mingled in this group.
Yeah, Travis, another one.
You're pulling away from the 38.
Right, because he got flipped up into the wall, but in front of him, he's got the 91 of Harris Gerwitz going battle with Jay Becker in the 10. Tony Brennan, our Daytona winner there. David McConnell in the 4 to the inside there with Travis Dart. Travis able to get by him, trying to run down here the 28, the 91 and the 10 up in front of him that are continuing the battle.
Trying to continue this fight the best they can get for themselves. The 91 will get mixy with Jay Becker as Gerwitz. Some of the best runs these drivers have had all season long.
Due to clean air, leader's consistently the fastest car.
Makes the 28 to move forward. You follow the 91. He's been quite aggressive here of recent. Ready to wait for the patience to see which lane makes their own.
Now he's got to defend.
91 of the 10 once again exits the corner. Got to be careful as they squeeze off, and then 91 breaking slightly loose. And there's the answer that you need on which lane to be in.
Yeah, I think the thing that Showtony
Moved him up a little bit. Here's your chance to pounce for P2.
we got to be careful here down in the 3 and 4 with how aggressive that anyone's been trying to get the slide job done on Jay Becker. Finally going to get it done. Harris Gerwitz going to clear the 91, but it's going to be the crossover move from Jay Becker. It's going to be 3 wide out of 4 down the front straightaway with Tony Brent all the way down near the apron.
Tony Brent said thank you again for some of this great action in front of me, but couldn't keep the momentum in the draft help to make that pass work. But luckily for Brent, he's got his Texas speed teammates behind him. He's got McConnell. He's got Tyler Thomas. They just need to get in line on the straightaways, and all 3 of them have a great run, and they can move forward. But they are certainly getting the best seat in the house to watch this Jay Becker and Harris Gerwitz battle.
Yeah, Gerwitz is going with the cross, or going with the dive out of turn number 2. He got a good run. Going to try again with the slide up in front of the 10 through 3 and 4. And I think Jay Becker just going to do the same move. We'll see if Gerwitz is able to block it. for himself, but no. Looks like Irwin's able to hold off the move. Tony Brent with a big move to the outside, thinking he had a little bit of momentum to get to the outside of Jay Becker, but again, he's going to have to hold steady. So the battle continues down into 1 and 2. Becker to the bumper, going to dive it to the inside of the 91. This 10 and the 91 are not giving up this fight.
They are not at all, and it looks like Jay Becker a little bit slow, but Gerwitz in the outside wall. That's the opening that both drivers need as they're going to be dashing around the 91. It's Travis Dart who gets held up after the contact with the wall.
Yeah, Dart didn't know where to go. It was run over the 91 or check up out of the throttle. That's going to cost him a position to McConnell. Tyler Thomas, the 22 of Sherwood, and now put him back here battle with Joshua Altis. Is that little bit of contact, you see how much time it cost the 26 and the 91 as they
38 closing.
to avoid running into one another.
Yeah, he's wanting to go, and I think the tires are actually getting better right now. It's kind of weird.
Outside of the top 10.
Okay.
Front, Will Bustler is looking for a way to keep the lead.
I got a lot more in it.
The one.
Gotcha. I was gonna say the leader got really loose off of 2.
24 want that clean air battle.
That's going to be interesting to see.
I don't want to push it too hard because it might be like a false feeling.
Down there.
I get it.
Sorry, not David. We called him before he ran.
Keep it while it lasts.
Before the end of the stage break, and now once Will Bustler by, we'll see if maybe he's going to ride in line, save a little bit of tire, or if he wants to sleep position back, get that clean air. It looked like he wanted to make a move.
Going to give you a little bit of a shot here off the bumper or off the. Ooh, 38 got loose. Oh, he got loose.
I had to check up on a 24. He messed up.
Said
Yeah.
want to get aggressive, but also communication on how they want to attack. First driver to dump down low, going to be at 39. Brandon Pierce with a massive run, going to be trying to go for 5th place over Ken Campbell. And with these drivers being so close to one another, slide job moves are going to be difficult to be made. 39
Did I just save my tires better during that too wide running?
Space not common.
I would think so because you weren't trying to fight side by side. 38, he went up there and was trying to lead, and I'm guessing the pace has slowed down so much. It's actually brought him, or it's what's keeping him in play. I mean, right now you're still the fastest car, and you have been for at least the last 3 laps. So Will is slowing everybody down. I think the 2-4 wants to go, but he's fighting dirty air in and off, but able to suck up to his back bumper down the straights, and you're right there also. So, I mean, you're not faster by much, but it's a couple hundredths here, half a tenth there.
So trying to break that draft.
The leader was the fastest lap time. Fastest lap. That time. There we go.
At one of the race is already passed. We're 64.
I got to get around that 24. He's too slow in 1 and 2.
Drivers.
I get him.
Still also thinking about, do believe the drivers have to make one more pit stop before this race is done. We're still not 100% confirmed on when that lap would be, but Trevor, based off the numbers that we've seen in the past in Cup car,
I tried to go high that last time, but he went high too and messed me up. I almost hit him.
laps more run, it would mean these drivers have to pit around 10
I'm going to try it again.
to go.
Yeah, and that pit stop, when they make that, it's going to be so critical for these guys. Can't make mistakes. I mean,
You're going to be coming up on a lap car soon.
what mistakes did we see last week saying that 2 drivers out of contentions? He took Cameron Sargent.
There you go. Nice run off.
We saw other drivers
Look inside. He's not defending yet. Doesn't see you. There you go.
going to have to get on and off.
Right now he's up by the wall, so you got a pretty deep entry.
It should be easy to make mistakes. And McCann, great run at it too. He's going to look to the inside.
On your tight, on your tight, on your tight.
Going into turn number 3.
Yeah, we hit.
For the 8th machine, hoping that it gets clear, but not
Didn't see it.
do so. A little bit of almost
You were close.
against
He didn't like that move on the stage.
Doug Pierce, Brandon Pierce, excuse me, the Doug Pierce 39 machine has been on the
38, 39 coming back into play behind you. They're side by side.
triple and
Oh, they may touch. Yeah, that just put the 38 up track. 39 took the spot.
I got to let my tires cool off, but they're holding me up here.
Christopher Norris, he tries to slide up, and Norris is going to have to give that position up. Got out of throttle. It's going to watch Ken Campbell now to his inside and almost.
That's why them guys behind us are wanting to go.
But
Yeah.
a little bit of contact almost made between the 39 and 38. It's going to cost Christopher.
Lap car right now is up by the wall.
And as well, they're coming up to a little bit of lap traffic. The driver's going to have to deal with, expecting lap traffic to stay high. That's William Duff, the 77. Let's see, some drivers stay high just a little bit later when they catch up.
He's in the 3rd groove.
Trying to unfold.
Now up by the wall.
Last driver in line. He's been in this position this whole entire run. Finally, it looks like this is his first chance to make a pass going forward.
Yeah, still trying to get around Morris, who looks like he might be
Take it the next lane in.
not going to have the momentum off a turn before we couldn't grip the call, or turn him.
There you go.
We're up.
Ooh, not quite there.
As he wanted to, gonna have to get that position back up and slide back in line behind Morris, heading into 3 and 4. But definitely Ross looking for any way around this 38 machine to try to gain a couple more spots.
That driver extremely high, 77 of William Duff, the RP package.
2 more to 30 to go. What do you see as far as fuel goes?
I worry about here this evening as a lot of damaged cars still just out on track trying to just limp their way through this course. Ross Tatum having a great run, but first driver to come into pit road. Wasn't expecting to see it
Pit 75.
in the 3,
Okay.
all on his lonesome.
Interesting call there from Ryan to come down pit road a little bit earlier than what I mean, that's probably saying, I'd say about 10 laps, maybe 15 laps earlier than what I thought we'd start maybe seeing the early guys coming in pit. But Lynch going to come down pit road for probably what I would assume would be his final pit stop.
Yeah, I'm expecting to be his final pit stop as well. This is going to be placing him just a little bit over 30 laps. He's going to run. Should have plenty of time to get ready to go down. But he's going to have no draft help, which is going to be critical here at Michigan. But with the new tires, that extra speed is going to be enough for him to at least move his way forward. Having that draft help is so critical for this lead group, and I'm curious on who's going to come in together to help with the drafting once they've got some fresh rubber underneath them.
Yeah, it's going to be the interesting call here. If these guys decide to come down in tandems, or if they're going to come down in single
Big slide.
Yeah, saw that.
tire game.
39 gave you a shove going all the way into 3.
The lap time
He's trying to look at your right rear. Still clear. Inside.
Still
between
there.
old tires and new tires right now.
Yeah, and it's going to become massive if we start to see drivers
clear,
picking
all
and
clear.
choosing and then pit road
Nothing for you. Still clear.
difference on laps that they decided now in 30 laps to go when they cross
Can you check my tires and fuel?
drivers that are trying
Yep,
to
sure can.
best runs of the year. Biggest mover so far tonight. Christopher Melton up to 10th place, qualified 36. And what a charge it's been for Melton. One of the 5 drivers decided not to qualify.
All right, everything's good.
Top 10. You don't see that very often, but man, has it been a great run for that
Yeah, one
93.
inside.
Yeah, it's been a great run. Survived the
there.
carnage in turn 1 and 2. He's been able to hold on. I think he's actually gained a couple positions since that restart. With Brandon Colley's going to pull that 99 machine down pit road for his final pit stop. But Melton been able to hold on
Left rear.
here and just inside the top 10 as he gets past there. But
We lost a little bit.
but with Colley pitting, still going to
I'm
keep
getting loose out of 4.
3 inside the top 10.
Deep inside, Brandon Colley once came into pit road, had a major slide, almost hit the
I think you got a race-winning car. You got this.
and it's overshot his pit stall. So the 99 having some slight mistakes, might be losing.
Yeah, it's going to come down to this pit.
Still aiming for a
Yep.
top 10 finish. Up front though, top 7 drivers still in line. No one has made the call yet over the radio that they're heading into pit road. And I'm curious on when they might think about making that stop. Again, we're expecting around 30 to 35 laps.
If you're loose off 4, the 39's loose off 2.
When would they come into pit road is going to be the key, as some more back marker drivers have made their stops.
Yeah,
Yep.
Whichever one of our front runners decides to come in. I mean, if it's going to be, Christopher Norris, Ross Tatum, I'd even consider Philip Chavez, Brian Wilson. If those guys come in,
These 2 up here are holding you up.
that's going to pull in all our race leaders. You can already see the 3 of Ryan Lynch. I mean,
3 car coming up fast on the
just outside of this battle
outside.
position before pit stops, and just look at the speed difference in that 3 machine as he goes blowing by our race leaders right here.
He doesn't need any draft help when he got some fresh rock.
It's not a battle first spot though.
Like you saw there, the squeeze
Got one
up
outside.
into the corner is the scariest thing to watch out
All
for
clear, all
Ryan
clear.
Lynch. He's got to be critical here, make these moves quickly, efficiently, and not be involved with any incident. Three's ripping the top, and it could be a scary push off the exit of the corner for Cameron Sargent. Going to be the 3, causing the 24 to get out of line. But could this be a mistake that could hurt him, as now the 1 of Will Bustler forced to stay down low with the shot.
39's loose on entry now.
This hurts Bustler. Sargent did a really good
He's going down pit road.
job keeping in his line. Didn't lose.
I'm going this lap.
Bustler
All right,
doesn't look like he's going to give up a lot of time.
you're good to go.
As here comes some of our front runners. Brandon Pierce going to come down pit road. He's going to be one of the first ones inside our top 10.
Oh,
Down pit road.
Pierce, issues in pit road. He entered and slid wrecked, and now he's trying to get straight with oncoming traffic. And Brandon Pierce just threw away a chance for a win if this race stays green.
That's just the mistakes that we were talking about. You can't have getting down pit road. going from 180 miles an hour all the way down to 55, and
Pit road speed 55.
Drake walks the. It's like
You're clear behind, no threat of getting run over. Hit your marks.
front runner standing down pit road. This could trigger the rest of these guys to make their final pit stop.
And if you're wanting to be efficient and
Good job.
get into pit road,
Way to get in aggressive.
making their call, and here comes that of and also
Pit
Campbell,
boxing,
Norris
10.
entering pit road, and Ken Campbell and Norris, they're going to be side
5,
by side for the teammates, and that is going to
3,
be hurting Ken Campbell,
2,
who's on the
1.
outside lane,
Right here.
as Christopher Norris is going to be having the later pit stall to the 15th.
Norris looks like he's driving through the pit boxes so his teammate can get into pit road. You saw the Adam McCann get a little bit loose trying to get to his pit box. It's going to be a battle for the lead between Bustler and
All right,
Sarton,
that's it.
though.
Go.
Still,
All right, clear exit. Come on. 55.
wonder when these
Be
two decide to
mindful,
make
you
their
only
pit
have
stop,
one set of
or
cars
if
remaining.
Cameron's going to try to take a move. But no, Cameron's going to come down pit road this time by.
Cam Sarton into pit road for the 24. Cameron Sarton, a little quick, but his brakes look stable as he comes across the line. It's the marker and pit.
You are clear to merge whenever you get going. There you go. All right.
65 miles per hour down to 55 miles per hour for pit entry, and drivers got to keep that pace as they go into their box. Will Bustler staying out, Ross Tatum another stay out. Ross Tatum known for staying out
Yeah,
an
one
extra lap
outside.
or so from other
All
drivers,
clear,
and
all
also to
clear.
save that fuel.
Who was that guy that pitted that lap before?
More laps here.
That was the 39. It was
Looks like Will Bustler going to come down pit road, and this one machine is
Brandon Pierce.
on laps.
He's back in 18th right now.
But like you said,
You're in 9th.
stay out for
So he had a much worse stop than you.
Outside.
a lap later.
Either that or wasn't as aggressive getting on.
Inside, not
Stay
caught
low.
black
All
flag. One
clear,
driver
all
that
clear.
was, it's Christopher Melton, who was
All right. Curtis Velichka, Will Bustler, they're coming on down pit road right now.
second hold for the 93.
Just unfortunate there for Melton. He's having such a good run for himself.
So that's going to move you up to P7.
Get something back here after he has to serve that penalty. Hopefully, he can get a couple of positions back. But just a costly error there is going to take him out of a chance to potentially get a top 10 here tonight.
You're in the top.
And drivers that came into pit road together, Brian McCann, Christopher Norris, Ken Campbell. Brian McCann and
Rob Sherwood's now on pit road.
drivers waiting on Ross Tatum. When will he come to pit road? Stays out for another lap for the 21.
Whole lot of clean track and clean air in front of you, sir.
That whole entire stint that we just had. So he was able to really utilize the trap to save fuel, stay out as long as possible. I'd be hoping that maybe there's a caution that could save him and put a lot of these drivers in a tough spot if they've got to take a wave around or not.
I got to say that was a hell of a job getting onto pit road, man. Good job.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where he's going to cycle out.
Thank you.
The longer he stays out, I mean, he's giving up 2 seconds a lap. The longer that he stays out, so already over Will Bustler, he's giving up about 4 seconds in lap time. Make that 6 as he stays out another lap past what Will Bustler pitted. Interesting.
It was a little scary at times.
Ross Tatum.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, no doubt. Everybody that's in front of you pit on lap 44. So once they all pit, you will have the lead.
Ross Tatum is going to be Robert Sherwood, Christopher Wade, as well as Josh Altis. The Harris
Just maintain. Don't burn them up.
to be out there.
You've got a decent little
Final 6 drivers.
1.5 seconds
road.
over Chris Norris right now.
Being hounded by drivers that already came into pit road and got service done, but are dealing with some heavy damage. So
Chris Norris is the one that was burning them up on the outside, trying just to lead that lap. So if he's trying to run as hard as he was before,
coming
he'll have nothing to worry about. Behind Chris Norris is Ken Campbell. He's about another half second behind him, almost 2 seconds behind you.
You see it on the rear end there and on the left side of that car, the damage he's got. But just trying to run out here and take it as long as he can, maybe get that late race caution in that track position over these guys as he continues to stay out. Ross Tatum, though, on pit road.
into pit road for the 21, but the 22 stays out, and Ross Tatum overshoots his pit stall.
20 to go this time by.
Up, move forward, he's angled too badly to get his service done, and just costing even more time on top of just staying out as long as he did.
Well, the idea of the fresher tires running down the field is going to get a little bit harder. Actually, I think a little bit of a strategy call there from the 21. Instead of taking 4 tires with him sliding through the box, I'm only going to take 2 to minimize the time lost.
He's already, I mean, even with the mistake, he's losing 2 seconds, even with that audible call. This 21 has to hope that he can run down the field as he's already been passed by Will Bustler and also Brian McCann. It is a massive gap. He's going to catch up. Needed that caution. And drivers that also need a yellow to come out.
Aaron Schmidt, the 24, that's been your biggest competition so far tonight. He is sitting almost 3 seconds behind you.
For 36 laps, but they've been dealing with
All you got to do is maintain, sir.
allowing them to save fuel for being slower with 20 laps to go.
Christopher was running me down hard.
Yeah, that's the 38. He was. That's the one that was really pushing on the outside earlier to try to lead a lap. He was good for about 7 to 10 laps and then fell off.
Last week with Ross Tatum was able with.
And the only thing that brought him and the 39 back into play was how hard the 24 and the 1 were fighting earlier until they slowed the pace down.
Wade, Gerwitz, John Dart, and Altus.
You're doing just fine.
And see if they can catch a late race caution.
Absolutely not. And with it being so late into a run, this is going to be one of our few times to get the final shout outs to some sponsors. We'd already talked about Buck Kicker and Next Level Racing.
I have started to save already. I'm just going to assume that he's going to catch me.
I don't blame you.
When they were coming into pit road, some of them have a button box, and if you're going to get yourself a button box, might as
All right, again, everybody in front of you last pit on lap 44. So, in fact, John Dart just came in.
go to Instagram, Facebook,
The lead
and
is
get
at
your order right now. And as well, spending your day having to find some enjoyment, well, why not listen to one of the best podcasts out there on the Throttle Podcast, on that Spotify, and any other podcast channels go to. Thanks so much to the 3 major sponsors here for the Full Set Racing Series, being Buck Kicker, Next Level Racing, Various Sim Studios, and on the Throttle Podcast, helping out the league week in and week out. Well, still drivers out there on track. Rob Sherwood, Christopher Wade, Gerwitz, Joshua Altus, still out there. I am so impressed that they are able to keep up with staying out on track as long as they have.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Just kind of mind blowing. They've been out there this long and continuing to run. I mean, fairly decent pace. It looks like Gerwitz, though, going to be the first one of our top 4 there to fall as he's going to come down there. But Sherwood, Wade, Altus really hanging on strong here with these older tires and not.
You've got a much better exit than
what they were running
P5.
prior to the
You gained like a 10 pound
372
right there.
less. Thank you.
So
Last bit.
you're wondering what the speed difference is like. Well, Ryan McCann in 4th place has already pitted and took tire. He is less than 8 seconds away from Sherwood. He's still running a little bit under 2.
I think I'm pulling away from. I just gained a
you are.
10th.
If the
Yep. You gained a 10. You gained a 10th before that.
Sherwood, he doesn't have the time nor the fuel to save.
So yeah, he was charging and tried to catch you, and just like last run, he falls off after about 7 to 10 laps.
Ryan McCann expects to catch them at least in the next.
All right, sitting P3.
Hey, Blair, thanks for the like.
the race McCann definitely catches them.
You're just waiting on Rob Sherwood and Chris Wade to go on down pit road. They're 5 and 7 seconds ahead of you.
Around Rob Sherwood.
Everybody else you're coming across is lap down.
Sherwood again, just going to
Trying to get a win here.
this out and see how far he can take it in this 22 machine, and looking really.
Looking pretty good, I think.
It's going to be he and Wade, the last 2 of our cars that have yet to make their pit stops.
Leader still has
Just
the
gained
pit, so I'm
another,
the leader
second.
now.
When he make
Or
We'll
another
be the leader.
10th plus on Chris Norris.
on the pit road for the 94.
Hey, Wally, thanks for the like.
Stay out. It's Christopher Wade, Rob Sherwood, banking on a caution flag, and they need it now. At any moment, going to pull in pit road with
Oh, yeah, I'm running away from big time now, ain't I?
scenario.
Yeah, you are.
Brian McCann over 1.3 seconds over Christopher Norris. Norris just does not
Gained about 2 seconds on P1,
to that Brian McCann. Can
and they are slowing heavily.
the 24 look to be the driver that is trying to run down the gate as quickly as possible, but also
Yeah.
some tires.
You just gained about a second on the top 2.
About 2 seconds back. It's Cameron Sarton to the 8 machine, and then the other driver that stayed out the longest, Ross Tatum, currently this moment 10 seconds off, 12 seconds off where Brian McCann is. 21, a little bit too far back to have a chance to go for a win.
Yeah, with Ross staying out as long as he did, and then that mistake, that's just going to put him too far back. I think it's going to be Cameron Sarton. If he can get clear of Ken
The top 2, they're
3, and 4, I think he
basically just waiting for a caution to come out.
he's going
That's their only play.
love Campbell.
All right.
For North.
Second place coming on down pit road.
Burning his tires up to go run down this 8 machine.
Rob Sherwood, that's going to move you up to P2.
Sights on Christopher.
You are 1.7 over Chris Norris.
Christopher Wade out there,
Cameron Sarton in the 24 is 2.1 behind you.
38, to try to march down and close in that gap to Brian McCann.
Sargent's closing in. Will
Chris Wade's only 2.5 in front,
Carl
so he's amongst these cars here.
Actually, the 24, so Will Hustler could be swapped. Drivers, watch out for it to win this race. And it's coming down to crunch time. 13 laps to go. Christopher Wade over the radio saying he's coming to pit road this time, which would give the lead to Brian McCann and the 8 machine.
There you go. You're going to lead this lap.
2.5.
Congratulations, sir. Back to the P1.
About a little bit under 2 seconds, excuse me. Back to Christopher Norris, Garrett Sargent, and Campbell, the Hustler. This is about to get hot.
12 to go.
He's going to get
New leader, Kari.
Michigan, which these races, they always seem to come down to who can make that last lap pass for within 5 laps to go. Who can make that last dash?
All right, 2 seconds back to Norris, 2.1 back to Cameron Sarton,
His lap times was
2.4 back to Ken Campbell, and 2.5 back to Bustler.
he's got time.
Clear up.
Clear with his 38. He's going to make the move here. Battle for second. Sargent going to dive it in there. Norris kind of just looks like he might give it up.
And you're pulling away.
Realizing that he's faster and doesn't want to lose a lot of time. So now Cameron Sargent, he's got 11 laps to go. Can he close in this gap on the 8 of Brian McCann and put up a fight here for the win?
Cameron Sargent for Will Hustler. Hustler has the freshest tires of those inside our top 5. So he's got 2 lap pressure tires.
Feels just like practice.
Pressure.
There you go.
And right now at this moment, almost everyone on our top 5 just ran pretty identical lap times. It is a minimal difference between any.
Sarton's now taking over P2, teetering on 2 seconds. He was faster than you the last couple laps, but by 3/100ths and 4/100ths on lap 88 and 89. So at that pace, you keep that up, you'll be able to take it. You'll just have to worry about him getting into your draft. So just keep running your line and do what you do.
That's what he's hoping for, is he built up a big enough gap to hang on to this. But a 10th gain there from Cameron Sargent. Gap's starting to come down, but a 10th, about 10 laps to go. I mean, I think this might put him, if he continues at this rate, Sam, at about the same position he was in. They're coming to the stage.
It's going to be very close, but if he continues at a 10th each lap, he's going to be still around 3 to 4.
Got a lap car coming up your backside, looking outside.
And it's got to be something a little bit bigger than just
Stay low,
the
there's
10.
a car on the high side.
And for
Clear high,
Cameron
clear
Sargent, 1.7 seconds back when he crosses the line, and this 24 has 10 laps
Yeah,
to
one
run down to 8. We're hope that a mistake happens.
All clear,
as
all clear.
Christopher Wade, who just got fresh tires,
Way to make that easy.
for Brian McCann, forcing the 8 to go high, and that's the type of mistakes that Cameron Sargent needs to get back into this race.
That's what he needs, that the 8 to get held up there by Christopher Wade. But I mean, Wade doing nothing wrong. He's on the fresher tires, trying to get back on the lead lap in case something were to happen. Gets by that of McCann, and that's just enough for Sargent to close in on this gap, or continue to close in on this gap as the Cole Eddie was able to get out
Let them pull you.
of the 24. And with Wade getting by, I mean, this is going to help Cameron Sargent massively here on this lap to close in.
Closing in, and you can see there on each lap that the 24 is when it's closing in. You see green, that means Cameron Sargent's closing in quickly, and that's the time of lap you need. 2/10. That go around 8 laps to go, and the difference down to a second and a half, as Brian McCann still dealing with some slight traffic that's causing him to make some invasive moves that really he would rather not make.
Yeah, had to get around there. I believe that's the 00 of Stephen Bustler that he had to get around down the back straightaway. It's going to cost him at least another 10th or so. But I mean, that's going to be a car that Cameron Sargent's going to have to get
7 to go.
7 to go. And I think this gap, Sam, might be starting to kind of, that closing rate starting to kind of slow down for this 24 machine.
He's got to make sure that next time they get closer to lap car, that it's more efficient. And is dealing with 7 laps to go. And once again, it's in the green. A little bit slower that go around. Needs to get to 2/10 each lap if Cameron Sargent wants a chance to go for the gold, go for the win, and get himself back into victory lane. Otherwise, we'll see our first 2-time winner of Season 5 being Brian McCann, the rookie that really showed all the way back at our clash that started off the season at Lucas Oil. The 8 looked like one of the biggest threats to watch out for. It could be a big challenge for a championship. As a rookie, Trevor, with 6 laps to go, this is looking to be in hand for a chance. But once again, Cameron Sargent still closing in the gap.
Yeah, that time almost that 2/10 that Cameron needed there on that lap. This time by in 6 to go. It's doable. He used the 00 to get some draft help. Now nobody between the 8 and the 24 kid. Does Cameron Sarton have anything left in these last 5 laps to get to the rear bumper of the 8 machine? It's 2 miles around here, Sam, at Michigan. It's a long 5 laps for the 8 and the 24.
It's an extremely long distance. And
Five to go.
Staying at a consistent 1.4.
be a factor into this race, but he's been stalled out.
5 to go.
Hit by Ken Campbell or Christopher Norris. Instead, it's all down Cameron Sarton. As you see the update on the lap, it didn't go green. If anything, McCann actually advanced slightly, and that is not what you want to have for Cameron Sarton.
Not at all. I think the tires might have finally gone out from underneath the 24 machine. He did have a lap pressure tires that happened to get by Ken Campbell, Christopher Norris. That could cost the 24 here. We'll see this time by if he closes the gap. But I think that equalization of tires might have finally kicked in for Cameron Sarton.
I mean, how heartbreaking would this be for Cameron Sarton? He's the most winnish driver in the Full Set Racing Series, but it's been so long since he got into victory lane. It's been since season 3 when the 24 was in victory lane, all the way back at Richmond. And
He's digging hard. He missed his entrance into 1 that time.
thought he's had plenty
Yeah, I missed it last lap. Got a little worried, but
of fun, but it's been a
he's still at 1.1.
run.
Yeah.
It feels like almost every week for Cameron Sarton.
Yeah, I mean, you think back to the heartbreak at Daytona, what could have been in the photo finish there, what could have been at Dover for him? I mean, he was dominating that race, and then a pit road mistake takes him out of a chance to win. Here tonight, got really lucky with the contact with McCann at the end of the stage. Both of them didn't end up in the outside wall with severe damage. So
There you go.
Salvage a second, but I'm sure Sarton not going to be happy with this.
He's getting back in the throttle a little bit quicker than you through 3 and 4.
Getting closer and closer, but I think he's not going to get there in time, Sam, as he's got it down to almost a second. Gained 2/10 that time, though. So I don't know. They're down to about a second difference between these two.
There you
Cameron's
go.
Can we go
Kept it
solid?
consistent.
here, but he needs to continue to close this gap quick.
With 3 laps to go, he's finally gotten into that of the draft factor for himself. This 24 machine is getting the draft help in a second distance, and he can get a little bit of help, but with how far they are away from one another, he's not getting enough straightaway help with that draft.
No, not at all. I think it's going to take a big wiggle from the 8 of McCann that'll bring Sarton close. But 2 to go, I don't see him getting there. He's going to have that draft help, but it's not going to be enough. Is that gap still at just about 1 second this time by 2 to go? I think unless there's a big wiggle from McCann, it's McCann's race here tonight.
2 to go by Race Control. Big thank you to Steve Benjamin, who's been running as Race Control this season and has been a spectacular help, allowing you to see when there's updates, when it's been 10 to go, when there's been penalties given out, or penalties cleared. Thank you to Steve Benjamin. But it's Brian McCann. Made the early pit stop,
more lap
came
to
in
win.
with Christopher Norris and Ken Campbell.
White flag, sir.
Stay attached to this 8 machine off of the exit of turn number 4. Brian McCann, it's slightly under a second, but still has the lead for your next level racing white flag.
Just got 4 more corners, 2 miles to go. McCann going into 1 and 2, going to take that nice arc and get down in between that second.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude there. It's getting real loose. I'm having to
you're
concentrate.
fine.
All the way out.
No, you're fine, man.
Nice.
Not at all.
For himself, no big wiggle, trying to keep that gap. That gap still about a second back to Cameron Sarton, halfway down the back straightaway.
Brian McCann has been solid and stout since he's joined this league in the full set race.
It's like a victory.
There you go, sir. Congratulations.
He changed much on
Thank you, man.
between first and second. But McCann, he's been in
Big shout out to you, too.
every race when he finishes, and he will become
I just run my mouth.
Man, I'm coming down.
Nah, man, a lot of good info. That really helps.
That's the Speed Sim Racing 200. Goes to the 8 machine of Brian McCann.
What a race.
And for the broadcast, you want me to say your name, repeat 1975, is it?
It's up to you.
Going to become
Yeah, man, I'll give you a shout out. Facebook, right?
the same this season.
Yep. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, iRock, Kick. I'm everywhere, man.
Same machine looks,
It's all the same, repeat 1975. All right.
Yep.
and the tires for the long run.
I won't be able to remember all those social medias, but I'll just throw the ones I remember.
Yeah, it's racing.
Yeah, I am.
Facebook,
man. That's
YouTube,
it.
Twitch,
Great
right?
show.
One of the biggest threats to go
Got to do a burnout.
this season.
Very well could be going to give
You could always pull an Alan Kulwicki, turn it around, and
money in the championship.
Rip it up.
The speed that 8 machine looks to be having here early on.
Other drivers, big kudos to David McConnell getting himself a top 10 finish. Philip Chavez gets 9th for a top 10 finish. Ryan Wilson also able to get himself a top 10 finish. But we are not done with tonight as the 8 is burning it down. We will step away for a post-race show. We'll be talking to the 8 machine of Brian McCann, Cameron Sard, Christopher Norris, and a spotlight driver right after this.
This brake bias does not help.
The water temp is getting high.
Look at this. Hell yeah, dude.
The oil temp is getting high.
You're going to need rubber shortly.
Nice work. Park it right where it belongs. You're the man.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey,
Absolutely.
Nathan. That's repeat 1975.
Your car is smoking. You think? Oops.
Oh, shoot. I forgot to tell you, I got to go to the waiting room for the broadcast.
That's
Thanks
fine.
again, man.
Yeah,
Have a
absolutely.
good
dude.
one.
Yeah, you too.
Good win, man.
Thank you. Good running, racing.
Yeah, man. You were a lot faster than I thought on the long run. I cannot close that 2.5 gap.
Yeah, that tire saving was tough.
Yeah.
Good race, guys.
Good race.
Where's you?
I think they're trying to play a commercial, but they're just showing my car on the broadcast. Yeah, having repeat spot for me, that's amazing. Because a lot of times there's info that I want that I can't see from the car, and I'll ask him and he'll just give it to me. That helps. It was that pit strategy that did it for us. I wanted to short pit them at least 1 or 2 laps.
Well,
We got one lap
ladies
on
and
a lot of the
gentlemen,
leaders
Full
in
Sail
that.
Racing Series
Netted me,
Season
I
five,
think it was
race
about 2
number 4
seconds.
in the books.
I had a
And
really good pit
I mean, the first driver this season to win 2 races. As we go to victory lane to talk to our excessive speed sim racing 200 winner, Brian, it's Sam and Trevor up the booth. Congratulations on your 2nd win this season. Man, how are you feeling after this one?
Feeling good. That was a real fun race. Bunch of close racing there. I know at the beginning during our stage, me and Cameron were, door to door, and I think we got into contact or net code or something. Something it felt like it pulled me up into him, and I couldn't really see what happened to him. So I hate that I got into him there, and it looked like it messed his race up a little bit. But after that, just I didn't make any mistakes this race, so thankfully.
I mean, Brian, we're 4 races in, 2 wins so far. I mean, how are you feeling so far about your start to the season and a potential chance at maybe running for a championship here?
It's hard to say. There's a lot of fast drivers in here. I mean, I come out here to qualify, and like last week, Dover qualified 26, and I was like, wow. And it just goes to show you the competition out here, and it's just amazing to run with these guys. And we were a lot of close racing and tire saving, pit strategy. That all came into play, and luckily it worked out in my favor. But I'm just having a blast out here.
I mean, it's been a pleasure to watch you out there, Brian. You're one of the more consistent drivers who's finished inside of the top 10 for every race. With this wide selection of variety tracks we've had, how are you feeling with the next selection? We're going to Iowa, Homestead, and New Hampshire next.
Iowa, probably not too good. Homestead, yes, I'm good there. What was the other track you said?
New Hampshire being the last one.
Oh, New Hampshire. I love that track. The flat tracks. I love them.
Well, we cannot wait to see how you're going to perform at those tracks, Brian. And before we let you go, the floor is now yours for any shout outs.
I'd like to thank my wife and family for letting me do this. You guys for doing the broadcast, the league admins, race control, the drivers out here, amazing race. And I got a spotter this season, and I got to shout him out. Repeat 1975, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, other social media, and check him out. Yeah, just thanks.
Well, that's going to be the 8 machine of Brian McCann. Congratulations on winning here tonight, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
As we go from victory.
Let's first turn on the broadcast so I can hear it.
That first win this season. We got Cameron starting with us in the 24. Cam, once again, I know you want the win, but you come away.
And I got to see the pit entry I had because it looked like it was a little scary. It was scary from the cockpit.
Disappointed and sucks, to be honest with you. I finally didn't make a mistake that cost myself. Made a couple of those, like, cost myself the win last week, and felt as though I had the fastest car again, and just, I guess, miscalculated the pit strategy a little bit too late. So P2, but it feels like 20th with how close I've been.
I mean,
It looked a lot scarier from in the car, I guess,
battling up there
because I'm looking at my miles per hour.
with you, Brian Bustler, Ken, and all those guys. I mean, what was it like up there battling it out? What did you feel the car was like? We saw you and Brian make a little bit of contact there before the stage, but what was your feeling about racing up there at the front all night long?
Yeah, it was stressful for sure because you had to do a mixture of saving.
Look at those rear tires lock up.
Hard for track position, just because it's pretty hard to pass unless you get 30 plus laps.
I was 64 miles per hour right here.
First caution, just
61 passing the line.
because I knew they were battling behind me, and I didn't.
And
know
got
we
to-
were just gonna send it in that far on the outside.
Got to 55 right there.
Tires up for about 5 laps there on the bottom.
So
Trying to get clean air, and I don't know how I stayed
was a little
second,
close.
To be honest with you, that green flag run, because I was working my what off to stay in second behind Bustler, because my tires were absolutely gone. So it was fun. It just man, just another spot short.
I know it's another spot short from where you ultimately want to get to, but Cam, still a solid way.
I think they actually got in better than I did.
What's it is the
All right, now let's go back and look at
into the rest of the season. for yourself?
Cameron and me
Yeah, confidence is
on lap.
I love the Xfinity car, and just need to have a couple things fall my way, and if I keep having races like that, eventually one's gonna have to come at some point. It just kind of without a doubt eventually, but
I think I hit him right here.
and let's try again next week.
Oh, I know that when it's coming for you.
Ooh,
Good.
wow, how did we not
Before we
wreck?
officially let you go.
I did not see that.
Shout outs.
Yes, mom, dad, grandparents for watching. John, Sam, the ghost.
Yeah, I was sliding up, but then I knew I had to pull it back down, and you can see me pull it back down.
One caution.
I just didn't think I was that close to him, and then we net coded it, and it
Overall,
pulled
it's,
me
it's pretty
into him.
Regardless.
How that didn't wreck us, I don't know.
XFS Speed for putting on the race. It's tonight's sponsor, so
And that had him full sideways.
hopefully I'm first to talk to you next week.
We hope it is. That's going to be the 24 of Cameron Sarton. Congratulations once again on the
Wow.
top 3 finish, and good luck next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Well, from second place, let's go down to third. Talk to a driver that had been up front and inside of our top 5 practically all night long. We had to third place finisher in the 38 machine of Christopher Norris. Chris,
I've been iRacing for,
third here tonight. At
I don't know, a long time.
You were battling
I don't
for
think
the
I've ever
lead.
seen anything like
You
that.
ultimately finished in third place. How are you feeling after that type of a run this evening?
Because that was
So it's static, man.
3 major tire hits
T-boning my
where the smoke comes off of it. 1, 2, 3,
Keep up the momentum we had at Daytona.
and it didn't spin either one of us.
Keep it going.
I mean, Norris, Cameron touched on it, your ability to drive it
Neither of us got damage.
deep on the outside. Did you feel like that was maybe an advantage for you all night long with how
And Will was
or how far you were able to
dirt tracking.
or maybe a disadvantage in burning your tires up a little bit quicker than anticipated?
Yeah, I mean, in that run there where I did try to make that move, it definitely didn't help my tires there.
Oh, I want to go back and look at that
A little bit too much than I wanted to.
big wreck at the
But I didn't
beginning.
really actually find that out until I tried it then. So I was like, hey, if I can do this now, I can do it in the race. And it only worked for that little, 5-10 lap run fight we had until I settled back and like that, I think.
May have been lap.
I ran some B fits this week, officials, and just learned some things. Unfortunately, those things bring out some caution.
Yeah, I think it was right here.
For there, so I'm pretty sure that's where I learned that from. But hey, it worked while it did. I wish I got clear, but it is what it is.
Well, Norris, after the way that this season has started for yourself, I know there's been a lot of ups and downs, but we're heading to Iowa, Homestead, New Hampshire. How do you feel like these upcoming races are going to fray for yourself?
Well, Iowa, I've only really raced there like 2 or 3 times.
Big one at
The
Michigan.
last time I did, I finished second compared to some very fast drivers, though I did have some freshies. I'm not sure how old. Homestead, the last time I raced there, it was at static. Plus, it's always been like a mediocre track for me.
That
so
ruined a
it's
lot
a
of
great
people's
track
races.
here. And after that, I believe it's New Hampshire. So that's where we go back to the bracket. So hopefully we can have a good run there, but just see what happens.
Well, Norris, it still was a great run for yourself.
Dang, there was just nowhere
And
to
before we
go.
officially let you go, the floor is
Because
now
I'm
yours.
riding on board with Joshua,
Of
and
course, for the great,
he looks like he's going to the grass, but still gets it.
the main sponsor of the card, Lids, customlids.com. Get yourself a great hat. The teammates.
That's
glad I
crazy.
didn't have any incidents with them tonight. Andrew Medlin, Ken Campbell, and Zach Hall. Unfortunate to see Zach.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Ken-
Medlin got in
If
it
I get
too.
this mixed up, I'm sorry. Zach and Medlin get caught up early on. They came back out on track like 10 to go. And hey, we kept on joking around saying, hey, we're going back for the win, but unfortunately it wasn't able to happen. And of course, a huge shout out to Travis and all the admins of this league for putting it on.
Well, that's going to be your third place finish here of Christopher Norris. Congratulations on a third place finish here tonight, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Well, from third place, let's go to our spotlight driver. We talked about some drivers that were having some good runs at the end, and one of them finishing inside of our top 10 in the 101 in 9th place. It's Philip Chavez. Philip, congratulations on a top 10 finish. Man, how are you feeling after that performance here tonight?
Zach Hall got it
Oh,
bad
man, I
too.
had so much fun. I was terrible to start, and honestly, it was so hard to pass. If I didn't get lucky with that wreck after the stage break, I probably would have been back there in 20th to 25th where I was running the whole first stage.
I mean,
There was
what
some
was your vantage
hard
point of
racing
that
that
wreck? We saw
I
a couple of,
did.
replays of it and some drivers
4
trying to get
wide
stopped and slow down
after-
on the top side. But we'll walk us through your perspective of that big
Was it
wreck
here?
going into 1 and 2.
I saw everybody
Yeah.
piling up off the wall coming down the track. Like
There was
whole
one
track
point where I was, it might have been right here.
Pretty much just
I was wanting to get to the bottom.
prayed that no one-
Spotter said clear,
and I
Oof.
was so close.
but I looked in my mirror and I was like, I think he's got to run. Look how
in front of me.
good thing I backed out of that.
That was stopped. And
Hold on.
when it was all said and done and I got rolling, I did not have any damage whatsoever. And I was like, holy shoot, thank goodness, because that probably would have ruined my race too.
I think a lot of drivers were holding their breath.
I know,
during that wreck.
did have a gap.
Phillips, again,
It was just
your
tight.
Best finish of the season. How do you feel like you're going to be able to take this momentum into future races that we're getting to?
I think I could have got down.
Honestly, I think every
I
other
mean-
season that I've ran in this league, I've had so many issues.
I backed out of it. I got
being
scared.
involved in incidents. Some of them my fault, but a lot of them not my fault and just getting unlucky.
I mean, if I would have done that, I would have had to,
Stay away
you know, they're too wide up there. I would have had to either just drop in line and follow, which I didn't want to do.
from people's issues.
I wanted to go
I think
to the bottom and get around them, but
every week, 10 to 15, somewhere in there.
And
that's probably a good decision not to.
And before we officially let you go, Flip, this floor is now yours.
Because then we would have
I want to show
been so close there, and we would have accordion effect into one and probably
you
wrecked.
guys are by far better than any other broadcast group that I've watched on YouTube at all. And then all of the sponsors and my brother Chris Esri, who actually got me into this a few years ago by giving me a lot of his equipment whenever he
Then there was one part where
teammates Travis,
several laps after this, I tried to get around
Doug, and
Cameron.
And Brandon, who filled in for him tonight because he couldn't race. They
It
were
was
a lot of help.
they were starting to slow down.
When I was actually running up in the top 10.
Might have been
You know, my family. I just
somewhere around here.
appreciate everybody.
Well, we appreciate you putting on a great show here tonight, Philip. It was great to cover, and good luck next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, that's going to be your 9th place finisher in the
I
101.
think it was before that lap car.
Being our spotlight driver here tonight. A great run for himself.
Yeah.
His first top 10.
I think
of the
me and him
season.
hit right here.
9th top 10 of his full send racing.
He gave me
career.
no room,
Right
which
now,
is
one of his
expected
best
because I raced him so hard during the stage.
But
But
for these drivers,
pretty sure we hit again.
a
So
lot
let's
of
look at
ups
it.
and downs. Like we heard from Philip, the wreck really enabled a lot of drivers to have the best runs that they could ask for. The top 10 is how they like. Again, taking the win. His second of the season.
Me and him.
Second place for the 24. Christopher Norris finished out
That's as close as you can race without wrecking.
up high enough that he won.
You just cannot get any closer.
Fifth will go to Ken Campbell. Ross Tatum, 6th. 7th goes to Brandon Colley, the 99, who is the highest finisher of drivers who are caught up in that big one for second caution of the day. Ryan Wilson will finish 8th. 9th, Philip Chavez, and David McConnell will finish our top 10.
Yeah, Ryan Lynch with a great run in 11th. Jonathan Burt with a great run as well in 12th. Then further, Jay Becker down there in 17th. Harris Gerwitz, I mean, Sam.
I don't think it messed his wheel up. It messed my wheel
all
up.
the way down in 21st.
Let's look at mine.
Chris Malechka, another driver we don't talk about a lot, had a good run for himself. Got through that wreck, was able
Yeah.
to get 22nd,
I had to
up 15.
I had to pull out of it and lift.
But then you get down here. I mean, all these drivers from 23rd on down, guys involved in that wreck. You have Joshua Altis,
I don't think he had to lift.
26th. Chris Melton, I mean, Sam, he was in the top 10 at one point here tonight. Had a pit road speeding penalty. He's going to put him all the way down there in 27th. Chris Stitz in 29th. Cedric Hunter involved in that wreck. Noah Carter, Andrew Medlin, Zach Hall. They're going to be 32nd all the way through 35th.
Right, I don't think there's anything else that I can remember.
Caught up in that day.
So I'm out later. See you next Sunday
Second
for
caution of the
Noble.
day.
I think we're back on.
Racing that went wrong